Doom, 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 doom.
Hello and welcome to Some Dudes and a Topic. We're going to be picking the topic here in just a second. Alright, do you want to do the honor?
And we have a little guest star here, the very, very adorable Rue.
Say hi! Hey! It's me, Bob Saget from Friends
Bob Saget had the same impression for every fucking video ever. I'm gonna hit her nuts! Okay, so...
Because he couldn't use his actual material.
Okay, yeah, that's right. So here's the topic at hand.
This one's mine. Here, this is a lot of words.
Okay, I guess you can read it. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead, read it.
do you want to read it?
You can read it. You can go ahead and read it.
God, Norrin, just read it.
Okay,
Corey,
strange
stop
voice
trying
behind
to...
If you could remake any film as dark and gritty, in parentheses, Batman Begins, what would it be?
This is my topic. So
Yes.
basically, if you could take any movie or even TV show from your childhood and turn it into a dark, gritty, like action, serious tale, kind of like what they did with Batman in Batman Begins, what would you do?
Well, you can start off this topic because it's
Okay,
always...
I'd love to. And I got the perfect one. Power Rangers. Hell yeah, are you kidding me? Like do a intense action flick? Like I even got a trailer in my brain right now, man. Like with the Zords, that would make an amazing film along the same vein as
Does it have the
Batman.
same intro? Go, go, Power Rangers.
Maybe like a dark, moody metal version.
Like instead of Alpha, going, ay, 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 he's like, fucking damn it! Every time this is darker.
He's like, oh no, kill, 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 kill. No, but just like make it very serious, really brutal action, like the superhero movies that they have nowadays. Like a mixture of Batman Begins and like the Avengers, like kind of along those lines.
Yeah.
Like
You
it's,
could also mix in a little bit of like Cloverfield with the Zords.
like instead of Zordon, you have Samuel L. Jackson. And he's just like swearing and shit.
Yeah. I'm tired of the motherfucking Goldars in the motherfucking city.
What I liked about, like, I have jokes about the Power Rangers, like, on stage that I do. But something I always wondered is, like, the one thing I always thought about the Power Rangers, for one thing, is, like, why would you ever build a business in downtown Angel Grove, knowing that every fucking week it's going to be destroyed by some giant robot monsters every time? You know who's making a lot of money in that city? The construction workers. Because they're building so damn fast. It's true.
It's a really good point.
It is a good point. Like, you know, the thing is, like, who's fooled? They're like, you know, who's fooled in the real estate industry when they're just like, hey, you know, I know you want to open up that nice new corporate office building, but why not move to Angel Grove over here, where you might last 5 days? And, you know,
Our businesses are booming.
Yes. You win right there. Well done. Well done. That's what we call a pun. Good job, buddy.
Oh,
Good
man.
job.
Yeah, Power Rangers, yeah, totally.
Alright, so what would you choose?
Me?
Yeah. HR
Okay.
fucking stuff.
Alright, so I'm trying to think of like a lot of movies. Most of them are like, you know, like real, like I'm thinking of like kiddie movies that could like be a lot more like darker and like more dangerous, of course. I'm thinking.
From our childhood.
I know. I was the first movie I thought of immediately was Surf Ninjas. Again, I was thinking about that again. But it's just like, you know, they can make it a little bit more darker, a little more violent, you know.
Where they actually kill their uncle?
Yeah, they actually killed her uncle and like Surf Ninjas or something. I,
Instead of
think of. I don't know. I don't know where else I would like turn things around. Like Leslie Nielsen. If you see Leslie Nielsen is automatically a comedy, you know.
Yeah.
Like maybe you could probably put in.
Liam Neeson? The names
Yeah,
are
Liam
close.
Neeson. Yeah. Yeah, like do something like that. Just make things. You know, I don't know how exactly to make it darker, but it's just like that's something I know. Like it's one of my, of course, favorite movies from my childhood.
I'm sorry, what movie?
Surf Ninjas.
Oh, okay. Okay, nice.
Where the fuck were you when I was explaining this like 30 seconds ago?
Like far away in my head.
No more of doing what we did before this thing again. Smoking drugs.
Is it my turn?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, Space Jam. Check it out. Michael Jordan has to play basketball really well or these giant creepy monsters will kill him. And all of his cartoon friends, okay? And he has to like, it's this weird dichotomy of like, I have to play sports really well or I die. You know, and it's like sports is like a really fun game, but it's die or live. You know, it's really high stakes, and it's kind of like this, you know, unknown struggle that all professional sports players have to deal with. You know, like I want to have fun, but if I injure myself, then I won't have weight and money. And anyhow,
First of all, your movie sounds exactly how Space Jam actually is.
yeah.
Except for blood and murder.
Except for these evil monsters are trying to build like a crazy casino in my movie, and they need the cartoon characters to work on it.
Isn't that the actual movie?
Yeah, but I was trying to continue.
But in what kind of serial killer is like, listen, I'm gonna murder your whole entire, everyone that you know, your race of people, your cartoon friends, everything, unless you beat me in this game.
That's why it's so dark and twisted. It's just like the Joker.
Yeah.
He doesn't do it for a reason.
Dude, it's like freaking Saw almost.
Yeah.
So like they kidnap him
Yeah.
and they open it up and he's on a basketball court and they're like, you have to play these monsters and win to save your world.
Right.
And all of these
Not just you, but all of your cartoon friends.
Everybody.
And there's an
dies.
innocence. There's an innocence in the cartoon world. They'll be killing all these innocents, and they don't even know. Well, they kind of know because some of them.
And
play
they're
with
like,
them.
and just up the stakes, we're bringing back Bandy's
what if he
mother.
was lying to the cartoon characters because he didn't want them to get too scared, and he was telling them, "Oh, it's just a fun game." But in real life, he knew that if they lost, they would be killed.
Yeah, that movie sounds pretty intense. I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
When's it getting made?
I don't know.
Man, I hope that movie ends when someone makes a layup. And that's how the movie's gonna
There's
end.
like no dunking.
No 3-point buzzes.
Just
no
a really,
3-point
really
buzzer.
technical game.
Good basketball will take away from the meaning of the movie.
Yeah, you know, we don't need the above the ring game. Psh, space lamps. That's what they're called. Space lamps. And then a white guy in the movie. Space lamps.
Yeah, Larry Bird.
Space 3-pointers.
Just like a college basketball.
So right. What did
Space
you
jump
do?
shots.
Dude, I had 4.
You had 4?
But
See, I got
See, hold on. That's the benefit of Ryan going last every fucking time.
But
Think about it.
I had 4, then I had 2 before you spoke. Now I have 1. Ooh, that's what it was. All right.
I thought Ryan had this conversation with himself just now.
Yeah. He doesn't need us. We're dead weight.
All right, so I'm going to start off with the first one that I had originally thought.
Wait, did you pick
to make
just
it
one?
equal, yeah, this is my first one.
I want to read it.
But then I have a second one, and if I have a third one, I'm going to tell the third
Hold
one.
on. I'm going to see if I
Okay.
can ruin one of yours. Captain Planet. Yes! Brandon knew it.
I just rethought of it. So I mean, yeah, you can totally make that one just because of how innocent they are, and they never use their powers.
No.
That's the thing that always pissed me off.
Yeah, like
It's
the
dude,
fire guy could have just
Exactly.
dominated everybody.
Like, oh, I'm an evil.
Wait a second. There's a Captain Planet movie? I've never seen it.
No,
Okay.
No, but we're going
just thought of another one. Magic School Bus.
What?
That's gonna be.
dark and gritty. Like, this
No.
is how we look at
This is what the,
composition.
Hold on,
this is
there-
what the human body looks like. Let's find our way in.
Yeah, they're like, okay. They're like,
Ooh, okay.
Oh,
how
there's the-
about
oh,
how about
This
this- how about
is
this
this
one?
rotting corpse.
How about this one? Homeward Bound.
Okay. Yes. Yes. That is
Dude,
a good
it's like a
one.
picture of like
That is a good one.
Joe.
That is a good one. Yeah.
there's like angry Asian families just chasing after his pets, like, they look delicious. I must eat them.
And at the end, the dogs and like cats rip out the throats of the Asian people. That'd be awesome.
What is that crazy big moose?
There-
We gotta kill it.
Back to Captain Planet for a second. Like, there's heart, wind,
And what is heart?
earthquakes. Heart's the worst window. It's like, you know, the Native Americans, don't attack me. Heart. You know what? You're okay.
It's a heart,
I have
wind,
my
fire,
powers.
rain, right?
Yeah.
Rain,
but
wind.
fire, like the only thing he ever used it for was just for like randomness. Calling Captain Planet and they're like, oh god, we got beat up by the bad guys, we ran away. Like, oh, we lost, what should we do? Well, I'll start a campfire. There you go, guys. Keep it warm. You know, why don't you use that against them? No, I don't think it'd work.
Smoke signals.
Everyone knows how to get away from fire.
They're not made of wood. Stupid wind.
It's funny the hard guy's like, I'm gonna make some fire. Oh no, my god! It's like, shit.
Shit. Why are invite you along. Were you a part of our team? How did you take your monkey?
How did you
Fuck
know
out.
that I was going to choose cat? Is that the one you were going to choose?
No, I just had a feeling.
I need to have a better choice than, I want to choose a movie that I never chose before. My second guess was going to be Home Alone, but I would talk to
I was going to totally use that one.
The thing is, that Home Alone guy, Kevin is basically like Jigsaw. He has all these traps and everything. But he's like, let's do this Jigsaw. No, he was. He's like, you want to rob my house? But let's play a game. Come over
I
here.
actually had a dark and gritty take on a Disney movie.
Go ahead.
Well, Brian, I don't think has still given us an actual movie yet. I think we just guessed
I also have Mighty Ducks.
Play with grenades and stuff.
No, it's like, okay, so what was the Falcons or whatever? They were going to, what were the Ducks?
Sure,
enemies?
Falcons.
Anyway, like they could have actually just beat the crap out of someone and just assaulted someone that they liked. And then towards the end of the movie, they could have taken out Mighty Duckman himself.
Mighty Duckman himself.
Mighty Duck.
Do you remember the giant duck that comes out at the
Howard
end of
the Mighty
movie
Duck.
and beats everyone?
Howard the Mighty Duck, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I was like, no one got the movie reference? No? Okay.
No.
Mighty Duckman, I swear to God. I was like, Emilio!
So, I mean, yeah. So I'm still sticking with one of those.
Okay.
What was your first one?
Yeah, like
First
7
one,
movies.
my first one was Homeward Bound.
No, it wasn't. That was
It's Captain
the
Planet.
third
Because
one.
he chose Captain Planet.
Yeah, because
Oh,
I
that's
was
right,
very
that's right,
close.
that's right.
And then he Buzz Killington it.
Buzz Killington.
But Disney's Beauty and the Beast. I think they may have a show like this on TV now, which pisses me off because I came up with it first. But Beauty and the Beast, okay, the dad gets captured, Belle goes, gives herself up to release the dad, and the Beast keeps her there and says she can't leave forever. And then she falls in love with him, and then they become friends, and then he lets her go, blah, blah, blah. It's Stockholm Syndrome. She fell in love with her captor.
Yeah, we get it.
It's totally Stockholm Syndrome. So you could totally do a Beauty and the Beast with like a serial killer who kidnaps a girl, and she's like a prisoner,
Man
and
in
then
the
winds
Eye
up
of-
falling in love with him, and then she realizes like, oh, he's a tortured soul type thing, like
Like
and then-
Phantom of the Opera?
Okay, notice how in every movie, it's okay for the guy to be different species, whether it's like a Beauty and the Beast or Howard the
Fiona
Duck.
on Shrek.
Yeah, that too. But it's never like okay, a guy. It's extra creepy if it's a normal guy that falls in love with another species. They're like, this is fucking weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, here's one good reason. It's extremely unrealistic for that to happen. I think men would be most likely to fuck a woman of a different species. Just be like, well. And instead of a woman being like, oh, well, this is a big dog guy. I think I'd
Like Mystique. They gave Mystique a sex appeal.
She doesn't do him until he gets changed back into a human, though.
Yeah.
Does he get changed back into a human in her version, or does he stay a beast?
No, he's just
I
a
wonder-
serial killer the whole
I wonder
time.
if
So
he's
that's
an
why he's a
animal in the
beast.
sack.
Oh.
You know, a lot of
Come on. It was well timed.
I can see
Says-
it. I can see
says
it. I
you,
can see it
King of
being
Timing.
really, really good drama.
It was
You know, like about this, and I would want the guy who played the Beast to play it in such a way that some women would fall in love with him.
Yeah.
You know, I'd want
So
you to be
very
able to
tortured,
see.
like-
Yeah, I'd want you to be able to see like the attractive side. of
Yeah, he kills people, but he has something like wrong with him.
Like-
Like he can't help it.
Or
he
not,
feels
not that,
remorse for
not
his
that he
actions.
feels bad about it, but that he like has a really